Alright, what's up, guys? It's CurlyCutz with RazorCutz, and our special guest is Jennifer, and she is owner of Soft Skin
Studio.
There we
Yes.
In the building, the gentlemen.
My name's Jennifer. I am the owner of Soft Skin Studio. I'm here located in Tri-Cities. And today we are here with CurlyCutz and RazorCutz, and we're going to be doing the podcast.
Yes, ma'am.
She's taking over the game. That's what's up.
But yeah, so basically what we're gonna be talking about is how you got here, how everything. We got some questions for you. So I hope you're ready.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay. So we're gonna go with the first question of the day is, if someone were to have asked you 10 years ago, where do you see yourself when you got older? What would your answer have been back then?
What do you think that means?
Wait. If someone were to have asked you 10 years ago.
Let's go off script and we'll get back to that. But what made you choose your career path, or like what? Let's go back to how all this started. Like when you were young, how was your upbringing?
I think I think that question is really good because if someone were to have asked me, I would have said like a dental hygienist. Like my whole life, I feel like when you're younger, even now, you think you know what you want, and sometimes you really think that's what it is, but God has other plans, and I did everything. I was like, okay, I want to be a dental hygienist because I really like people's smiles. I feel like it says a lot about a person. So I was all like, yeah, like I want to be a dental hygienist. So I made sure all through middle school to like get honor roll, get good grades and stuff. And I was like, I'm going to do running start. So I'm going to go to CBC and I'm going to graduate high school with my associate's degree and high school degree. And I'm just going to need 2 more years to complete my bachelor's. So like I was really like, I had it all planned out and I was very dedicated. And it just took a complete turn, I wouldn't have thought I would be here now owning a business and completely dropped out of college and went into like beauty school, which is something completely different.
So going back to what made you want to be the dental hygienist, like what made you say, oh, this is what I want to do when you were younger? What made you go down that path?
What inspired you?
What inspired you to choose that career path at that time?
Because honestly, I was going through a lot at that time. I was in foster care and like my dad previously before that had cancer and stuff. So I feel like I ended up becoming very sad.
Is he okay now? Like, is he good?
Yes, he ended up fighting cancer, thankfully, a year later. And then afterwards, I went into foster care. So I felt like at a young age, a lot of things were being thrown at me. And it made me like really sad because I didn't know how to like deal with big problems in my life. And like I would see other people smiling and I'd be like, wow, like I wish I could be as happy as they are or like feel their happiness. So I don't know, I was really drawn to like people's smiles, and I was like, I want to like help people feel beautiful and like feel confident when they smile, because I notice a lot of like people are not like confident of their smiles. So I was like, this is what I want to do and I want to make people feel beautiful and confident. So I'm going to work really hard to do this.
So you're focused on making other people feel confident because that's how you wanted to feel?
Yes.
But how did you overcome like you becoming down and you're going through what you had to go through? Like what made you overcome all those obstacles?
Like what you had to do, what kind of steps you took in life, having to, trying to
deal with all that.
Do with your, get your career straightened out and then dealing with your dad being sick and like, all the problems. Like how did you approach that?
Honestly, I look back at it now and I think there's times where I'm alone and I reflect about it and I'm like, wow, like I really went through all of that when I was younger. And I feel like just my parents have always worked really hard to provide for me and my sister, and being low income, I know like how hard it is to get what you want, and I've always worked so hard for it. So I feel like being like when you're really determined and you know what you want, like you're not gonna let anything stop you. And I'm very like religious, like I believe in God, like ever since my whole life. Like I've just grown up with, believing in God, and even more when my dad won cancer and stuff. Like I was just like, how could you say he's not real? Like my dad's a walking miracle. So I feel like I was just very strong-minded, and I prayed a lot. And it's a family of, like, my family's of 4, so we were just really together. So I feel like just knowing my purpose and why I'm doing it, and for my family, I'm very determined to get it done. And when I say something and I get it done. So I feel like no matter what came my way, there was times where I wanted to cry. I would cry, give up, and feel like, oh, I'm done. I was really backed up. Like, for example, in school, I was backed up in like a lot of assignments, but I still got a 4.0 GPA. Oh, that's impressive. I was 4.0 GPAs.
Are you serious?
Yes, I have all my certificates.
I'm not gonna lie to you, like, I'm sorry, Miss Lewis, but like, I was an athlete in school, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was a soccer superstar, I was player of the year twice, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, bro, I only graduated because I have received a full scholarship. So, I was short, a few credits in science, and the most strictest teacher in the whole Rome, Georgia, the whole city, just gave me the credits for me to graduate.
Just because you were an athlete student?
Yes.
So
I don't know what a 4.0 is, you know what I'm saying? Or a 3.0.
I guess a 4.0 is the highest GPA you can get, and it's all A's. All A's, yeah. And like,
I never got that far.
It's crazy because there were students, like, they weren't going through half the stuff I was going through, and literally they weren't getting any like good grades, and I'm like,
They take it for granted. You know
and
what I'm saying?
The thing is that, like, they isolated me because they're like, oh, you used to be so fun. Like, you used to be more active. Like, just be out there. And, like, I didn't let that get to me. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to focus on myself, get my work done. And it got me, like, so far in life because after that, my dad, he got heart failure because of the chemo. So it was like another thing came at me. So when I was entering high school, it was like high school was already stressful enough to like enter. So I was already like dealing with a lot. So I didn't really have friends, and I continued to just be strong. I was like, I'm nice to everyone, but I'm going to keep to myself because I know what my goals are. And I always felt different too because I'm so determined, and I feel like everyone at that time was just very immature. And the reason is because I had to grow up fast. So I felt like everyone was still like enjoying being young, and I was just determined to get this career.
You know how you say you feel like you was different? Well, the most intelligent people in the world, the geniuses, they were labeled mentally challenged.
Well, then again, you gotta keep going.
That ass. Yeah. Albert Einstein, they say he was mentally challenged, like that ass.
Well, you gotta think about it too. Like, for example, the Super Bowl was just on, but there's athletes that they said that they put them down as special ed or special needs because they're not smart enough. But then you see those people overcome that, and it's just crazy because how you said
and all that.
How you said, like, I was a class clown, like I was doing stupid stuff, because I thought I had life figured out, but in reality it wasn't like that. And I can see maybe I was just comfortable because I wasn't the low.
You still be that. You getting my nerves, bro.
Like how you said about low income, like I was brought up in that too, but I don't think I had like the same motivation as I do now, as I did how you were young, how you said you had to grow up faster.
You was very mature at young age. You're young. What you mean? Like, I just realized you talking about like when you was young.
No, but that's the thing that sometimes I just feel like I don't even feel my age. People ask me how old I am, and I'm like, whoa, like I gotta
I'm 30.
It feels like I'm 30. But yeah.
Oh, sorry. So when you said you were doing that 4.0 GPA and all that stuff, and you had mentioned how you dropped out to pursue your career. What made you?
What changed?
What changed from when you were doing that 4.0 to like, oh, I'm gonna go into skincare and all this other stuff. So what made that change? Saying I don't want to do this no more. Let me go for this instead.
Was it because like you want to be more independent, like you want to own your own stuff, or was it because of the energy or the drive you have for it?
I think it was just okay. So I was really determined to I was doing CBC. Okay. So I started my junior year. I did the full year, and then senior year I was like almost kind of getting halfways. And I started working when I was 15. So that was my junior year when I started college. So I was working at Fiesta when I was 15. And I was also going to college, and I was going to high school.
Wait. You was going to college at 15 years old?
Yeah, because I was doing Running Start.
Running Start, yeah.
Oh, shit, bro.
I was working. I was doing all of that. And then, like, senior year came around, and COVID happened. So I don't know, like everything turned online, and I just felt like I really wasn't learning. Like it's so easy to cheat, like with it just being on the computer. And I was like, you know what, like I just feel like it's too much. I'm working too much, and I'm just gonna focus on graduating. So that's what I did. I ended up like I felt bad because I really wanted to do this because so this was a big thing for me. I talked to my parents about it, and they were obviously a little bit disappointed, but they understood because, I was ahead, because I'm still in high school. And I ended up graduating high school, and then I was working like crazy because I was like, I'm going to give myself time to figure out what I want to do. And I was just...
Sorry. I need to add this on there because you said you finished high school. So since Running Start is 2 years, did you get your AA when you graduated too?
I was close to getting it, but no, I stopped maybe around like March.
Oh, that same year on your junior year? Or the next year?
Senior year.
Your senior year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So how much more did you need to get your AA?
A couple more credits, yeah.
Okay.
You can get them online.
So the transition just basically kind of happened overnight, like type thing, or
I just felt like I was working so much that I was more focused on making money, and just like I don't know, I just kind of let it take over, and
you lost your passion basically.
Yes, I lost I lost my passion because I'm like, everything's online. I'm just gonna focus right now to make money, see what happens until like maybe classes can be in person and I can actually go to school. And then I was just working. I used to only be working on the weekends because it would allow me to like, go to school. And then I started working every day, and even on my days off, I would be getting called in. And I felt like it was a toxic job. So it gets to everyone. Doing? I was a busser, and I was doing like everything.
A what?
A busser.
Oh, where?
At Fiesta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I would just like, check on people, clean the tables, take their plates and stuff like that, set up for parties and do the utensils. But I would do more. I would sit the people. I would pack the orders to go because sometimes we'd be shorthanded. Oh, so I feel like I got really fed up, and it got to the point where I was like, everyone would ask me. It was already I graduated in June, and then it was like November, and everyone would ask me like, are you going to go back to school, or what are you going to do? Like, what are your plans? And I felt like a lot of pressure, and I did feel bad because I'm like, I don't want to end up like just staying stuck working here, because sometimes you do let money get to you and you're just so focused on making money. And I would already get judged because I look so much older. I'm 19 and people think I'm older. So when I was like, cleaning tables, like I would get bad looks and stuff like that because they're like, oh, she didn't finish school or something, not realizing that I'm saving like money for like,
The whole 4.0.
Yeah.
4.2.
I got that A plus in there.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I was just working too much, and then I ended up leaving that job because it was just a lot of things were just happening, and I was just exhausted of it, and I'm like, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with my life. So I took time, and I was like, okay, so what is it that I really like and what I want to do? And I was like, well, I've always loved like skincare because I've grown up struggling with acne because of all the stress that I've gone through, honestly. I was breaking out all through high school and I was really insecure. And I was like, I've always wanted a career that allows me to help people or like just like in a way, just hands on.
It's like the way like the smile.
Yes, just like the smile. Yeah.
Deeper.
Yeah, and just like making people, women or just everyone that comes to my studio just feel confident.
So when you decided to like switch, like you took the whole light switch on and off, and then you were like a whole different career. Like where did you still study here, or where did you went to study at?
Well, it's funny because like literally one day I was just done cleaning and I was like I said, I was like trying to figure out what is it that I really love, and I was like, okay, well, let me start looking at schools. And I started looking at schools and I was like, okay, well, let me call them and stuff. And I was calling them that same day and they were telling me.
The very same day that you looked them up.
Yeah, I called, which one did I call?
Wanted that.
I called Victoria's Academy and they told me that they had an enrollment. They had an enrollment list and there were like 6 people were already on the waiting list. So I was like, I don't think I want to wait any longer.
Wait,
like,
the Victoria's from right here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, I don't want to wait. So I ended up calling Paul Mitchell and they said the same thing too. They were like,
that's where I went to school.
They're like, there's a long list. I'm like, man, like I don't want to work at another like minimum wage job. So I ended up finding this school in Seattle and I was looking at the website and I just felt like I got really...
How did you come across a school in Seattle?
Because I looked up esthetician schools and they all come out like Spokane and Yakima, like all of them come out because there's not a lot here. There's only 2. So
they give you more options.
Yeah, they just show like all around. So then I was just looking, I'm like, where would I want to? And I didn't think about it and I just like... I was like, well, this school looks good. And I was like, I didn't call them, but I did like schedule a tour. And I was like, I'm not even going to tell my parents until like 2 days before or something. So, yeah.
How did your parents take it when that happened? Like you were proceeding to do all that?
Because I'm pretty sure they were excited for you to be studying like,
something. Yeah, because like they were like kind of like, what are you going to do with your life? You can't just be working. So I ended up telling them 2 days before. I was like, okay, so I think I want to do this career and this school's in Seattle and I actually have a tour to go see it in 2 days. So can you guys take me?
That's why you told them.
You're like 2 days before.
Yeah, 2 days.
She did it right. That's why she told them.
Yeah,
I was gonna keep it a secret.
I was like, cause it was like winter time, so I was like, I'm not trying to like go by myself. So yeah, they were really supportive. They're like, okay, like nosotros te llevamos, like we'll take you, and they ended up taking me and stuff. So I'm lucky enough to have my parents that support me, in anything, in anything I decide.
Nice. That's very important because like it's very hard for a teenager. You know what I'm saying? To try to pursue something, in their life and don't have the support, from parents and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
that's
hard.
It's really
it's hard. Trust me,
it's not easy.
It's hard.
It is.
It's not because there's a lot of how do you explain it? There's a lot of parents that do support you, but they can't show that they support you type thing. Yeah. But it's pretty cool how you said like your parents.
They were there.
I'm very lucky.
No matter what, they were
I feel very lucky and I feel privileged because like, to have parents that just support me. I hear other stories. I'm like, wow, like sometimes we do take what we have for granted. Oh, yes. You got to take a step back and be really thankful for everything you have.
So what type of so since you are in this how would you call it? What type of business would it be? How would you describe the beauty business? Would it still be the beauty business?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Skincare, beauty.
Skincare. There. So what type of services do you have? Like what? How do I offer? Offer. There we go.
I offer like facials. I have like customized facials and like a dual exfoliation and one with an LED mask. Okay. And I also offer spray tanning, body spray tanning. So for the summertime, that's really nice because I know
Do I need a tan?
I get the farmer's tan, so I am so insecure about that. So
Do I need a tan?
well, for other girls that like
Bro,
they want to
I feel like I'm like.
the thing is like it's not also a tan. There's also like shimmer. So if you want like if you're going to a concert or like a rave and you want like a little glow, there's also that. It's just a glow. Like I have like it's like literally like if it was just.
So if I decide to become a stripper every time I go perform, to be glowing.
Yeah, it
Okay.
makes it look nice. Yeah, and then I also offer back facials, waxing, and body treatments. And a lot of people don't know what a body polish is, and it's basically a full body exfoliation. Like literally, you start like facing down, and then I scrub like your back with scrub, and then it just like your arms, and I flip you around, and it's the same thing. So it's really nice because I know a lot of people don't exfoliate enough, so it causes like a lot of build up dead skin.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean now.
Yeah.
Do you use because at school when I went to Palm Beach, I got that back facial. Do you guys use the rocks?
The rocks?
The hot rocks.
I want to incorporate that, because
okay.
I know that feels so
Dude,
good.
that feels
Yes.
good, honestly. It really does feel good.
The what?
But
Back
honestly, it's
The
a
back
hot
facial.
rock for the back facial.
And they put like
You do
hot
that?
rocks.
You do that too?
No, I haven't incorporated that,
okay.
but I do want to. But it does feel good to get back facials too because a lot of people like they don't really, you can't see your skin, so it's nice to just have someone take care of it. Yeah, and it feels really relaxing too. So those are the services.
I want one right now.
I'm gonna actually probably add brow lamination, which is kind of just like you lift the eyebrows a little bit, and it's kind of like perm solution, and it kind of keeps them up. And
Actually,
then
my cousin do that. She's actually she actually instructs people too. I don't know, Brenda Oriana, Brenda.
I don't think so.
She
no.
actually owns the Blossom.
Blossom.
Yeah.
I think I know.
Right there on Vista Way.
Alma.
No.
No.
I think she works there. Alma works there, but my cousin I think one of the owners of the shop.
Wow. Yeah, I've been really interested in doing all that, like the lip and stuff and microblading.
Yeah, she knows how
maybe
to do
down
all
in the
that.
future something I would
like she be doing the scalp tattooing too. Like she knows how to do all
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah,
I want to
that's
learn
cool.
the lip blush for sure too, and other stuff down.
I want to
the
learn
future.
how to do the scalp
There's always
tattooing.
learning, though. The learning
That's the
never
thing.
stops.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the thing all the time.
Even as a barber, I feel like you can never, I feel like there's always something to learn too.
Always.
So.
You always have to stay.
We're going to jump into the segment of the food right here.
Yes.
All right.
So good.
Let's see.
Okay. So who knows about this food?
Who knows about? So all I know is ceviche. And we got some flan right here.
Okay, let's talk about the ceviche. What does
The
ceviche
ceviche
consist of?
Ooh.
The ceviche, honestly, it's my favorite.
I love this in the summertime.
If I were to go to death row.
Oh, what?
Okay.
That would be your last meal?
That would be my last meal, basically. That's how good it is,
I think my favorite thing about it is that it's so fresh, like in the summertime. Makes me want to be in the river and just like the perfect meal to refresh yourself and your body.
You know when it's best? When you have a cold beer right beside it.
Hey, but
just pair it
these
off.
jarritos, it's good with it too. It's good with it too.
Yeah, I mean, because of the occasion right now, like jarrito is perfect.
Yeah.
But so where do we get this ceviche from?
Honestly, I don't know. Let me check. I don't know who we got it from.
Looks very delicious. Very delicious. I'm excited to try this. It looks so fresh, and it looks like
looks really fresh.
it looks like it also has like mango or pineapple, which I like because it gives it that little twist.
This sweet, sweet sour taint.
Yeah, like that sweet, spicy little bit there. It's a good combo. I love that.
So I had a feeling. I had a feeling of where it was from, and I was right. It is Stacks. I just wanted to confirm it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, perfect.
Stacks.
Shout out to Stacks.
Shout out to Stacks.
Yes.
They do have bomb food. They got
yeah.
very good food. Me originally, I'm not from this area. I'm new. I just moved here from Georgia. I tell this to everybody because I want everybody to know that I'm not from here. So don't ask me questions about it.
But Stacks, I am from here. I am from here. And honestly, Stacks is a good place. They have everything that you can think about.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
That I don't know this place. Like I don't know this, but I have ate already there, and the food that I have ate is really good.
Oh yes,
It's
you can't
really
go wrong
good.
with it.
Where's the tostadas at?
Right there.
Is that hot sauce, bro?
Yeah,
Can I get some?
yeah, it's right here.
But anyways,
Honestly, I really like Stacks too because I didn't really know about it until like a year ago. Because I like to go to Clover, and then I saw this place, and their tacos are also very good.
Clover, do you go there for the view or for the hotel?
For the view, for the view to like walk around
but the
by the
hotel-
lighthouse.
well, I go to get a hotel for the view.
No, but then again, inside the hotel there is a restaurant. So.
Yes, and a bar.
And the bar, yeah. Which the restaurant and the bar is pretty good there too.
I've actually never been.
Never been to the restaurant?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
I go to walk around by the lighthouse, the little trail. There's a little trail.
Honestly, it's funny because my mom's supposed to make some tomorrow.
What? Chorizo? Oh man, my mama made some caldo de pollo. I forgot. I gotta go home.
That's so funny.
And they also do have flan right there. I'm gonna take one more bite of this and then I'm gonna try that flan.
Me too. So make sure you guys. Oh, and the cool thing about Stacks is that every day they have like a deal. I'm not sure like what they are, but I know for sure Wednesday is like the dollar tacos, and it's just from like asada and adobada, I believe, and chicken.
Boil.
Yes, only
And
from
pollo?
those. So every day they have like a little sale. Tortas, I think on Thursday are like $7, and then so on. Here we go. We have
The
flan. Looks
Right
very
now,
delicious.
it's a lot of food in the mouth, so that's why it's a little quiet. But
yeah,
let's
we're
try this out.
fixing to continue with our interview with Soft
Skin Studio.
Skin Studio here. Because it's very interesting, you know, like a lot of people don't realize how important it is to take care of the skin. Something that I don't do. I need to.
It really is, because people don't realize that your skin reflects so much. Like, it's not just about your skin, like the outside surface. Most of it is from your internal, like your gut. Like, so if you're struggling, if inside, like, it's gonna pop up in your skin because it has nowhere else to throw it out, and your skin is your largest organ.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's actually really interesting.
I just learned something today.
Yeah, I learned about it more in school. One of my friends was sending me articles about like your gut health and stuff, and how like a lot of people with acne, it's just a matter of you cleansing like your gut and stuff like that. And I think everyone should do it, because you know your skin reflects a lot.
Pay attention, bro. Pay attention. You gotta learn today, boy.
Bro, honestly, this flan's busting.
Let me try.
I hate that.
Bro, you already killed
Oh my
me.
gosh, he is done, and I haven't even took a bite.
I'm
But let's
trying to find something to open the soda with.
To say, so right now, saying where do you see yourself, and where do you see, first let's go, where do you see yourself in 5 years before we go into where do you see yourself, where do you see your business in 5 years? Where do you see yourself personally?
Me?
You think 5 years, you think, yeah, where do you see yourself?
How about you give us like a small rough draft blueprint
of what you
of
have.
your goals,
My goals.
and what are the plans when it comes to your business, like you know what I'm saying, what you trying to do?
Well, I think for me in 5 years, I would love to have obviously my own like little studio or like spa at that point, because I'll be able to have like, I've already built my clientele, and I just really want to be able to like find ways to give back to the community as an esthetician and like in the beauty industry, because I realize that like that a lot of people don't like really give back to the community, and that's something I've always wanted to do, especially because I went to school in Seattle, so like I saw a lot of things and I wish I could have like done things to help them or give back, and it really inspired me to come back home more motivated to like find ways to like, you know, give back to them, you know, offer like a service or something, you know, because I feel like everyone should like, you know, deserves to be treated to something nice.
You know how they say you gotta give your what they call it, diezmo, your alms, your percentage. Well, you know, even when it comes to business, you know, like when you're making money, like I mean, you can still give charity or your alms. It doesn't necessarily have to be to a church. You can pick somebody one day and just go and take care of their skin, and guess what? You just did your 10% right there.
Yeah.
It's like you're driving around the street and you see, oh, just let me bless this person real quick. It doesn't take a lot, and I can see what you're saying, because I mean, I've given a couple services to people where they told me they couldn't afford it, but I still gave it to them for free. And it's a nice gesture, and it makes us feel good about ourselves too, in a way.
It does, because I also like, I offered when I was first starting out, I would like do free services and stuff, and it was nice because they like it, they get a feel of what it's like, you know, to get treated, you know, and then in the future they'll eventually
it's a blessing, really. Like, I
And
mean, like, especially a person that
And
probably have never had that type of attention, you know what I'm saying, or anything like
when
that.
you say that, I feel very privileged in my career to be able to touch people and their skins, because it's very like, you know, I know it's true. Like, I learned about this in school. Like, you know, a lot of, especially in Seattle, a lot of people are very delicate about like who's touching their skin, or like they don't want no one, like, you know. So I feel privileged that people come to me and like they trust me with their skin, and that, you know, they're comfortable. So yeah. This flan is very good.
All right, guys. Do you have anything else you want to promote for yourself or anything before we skedaddle out of here?
How about you give yourself your information, your Instagram, your, you know, whatever you promote your business at.
I promote my business on my Instagram, so it's Soft Skin Studio. My logo is going to be added on here for you guys to go check it out. And it's easy. I have my linking my bio to book. So if you guys want an appointment, I'm doing a 15% off this month. So
15% off, guys.
Yeah, off of any service.
What? You gotta say that?
Yeah, you guys better run, book those appointments, take advantage to get pampered.
How about, you know?
Because you know what? I decided to spread some love, because, you know.
How about the 50% off and the homeboy deal? What's up?
And a haircut on the side from RazorCutz.
No, I'm talking about, I'm asking for me.
Don't
I'm asking for me. I'm not trying to give service. I'm trying to get service. You know?
I think I thought about something I want to add. Just because I know a lot of people are out there, like they feel lost or they want to start a business or something, and my advice to someone that wants to start a business would be to believe in yourself and not let anyone stop you, even if you think it sounds crazy, whatever. Like, don't let no one stop you. And the reason why I say this, is because a lot of people doubted me. They're like, how are you gonna move to Seattle? It's so expensive. Like, and I was determined. I'm like, I like this school and I'm gonna go to this school. And even through the challenges that I went through, it wasn't easy, and I still got it done. I would wake up 4 a.m. to study. I had to drive an hour to school. I had school from 8 a.m. to 6:30, and then from there I had to drive an hour back home to Tacoma.
You had class from 8 a.m. in the morning to
To
6:30 in the evening.
Yes,
was
and I
it
had to drive an hour back home.
5 days a week, or is it 3 days a week?
3, and
3
then
days,
on
yeah.
Wednesdays after school, I would drive back to Pasco. So I would get here around like 11.
Wow.
So I'd be so tired, like, and there was times where I was in the past, and driving 4 hours gives you so much time to reflect, and I was like, wow, like, I'm really doing this, and I'm like, it's a sacrifice right now, but down the future, I'm gonna be able to enjoy this. And my point, I've always wanted to travel. That's one of my biggest goals, is to be able to travel this year and get to experience that. Just because, like I said, being lower income, it's always been hard to like give myself those luxuries, and that's one of my biggest goals. But going back to what I was saying is to not let anyone stop you, no matter as crazy as it sounds, because if you believe in God, there's always a way, and He's never gonna leave your side. So, and if you're determined, you're gonna.
The only one that can stop you is you.
Yes. And fear is the number one thing that holds people back. So
fear of change.
Fear
yes.
of change, yeah.
Fear of change is the number one most the thing that the human being fears the most. Change is the one thing that.
And for me, I'm like the youngest in my family, and leaving 4 hours like away from my family, that was like, it didn't hit me until like literally the weekend I moved. I was like, whoa, like I'm really about to do this. Like it's like.
But after all this, you went through all that. Like now, where you at right now? How do you feel about the whole business thing? Like, are you just like, I did it, or you still trying to do more, or what are you trying to do?
I feel proud of myself that I got it done, but I feel like I love learning. Like I want to continue school, and right now, like, I have a plan to just work to build my clientele and eventually get my studio.
Yes.
But maybe down the road, I do plan to go back to school, actually, to CDC, and I actually might go back to get my nursing degree, and so I can work at a spa and do like Botox and stuff like that.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
She got it all figured out. I don't even know why we asking questions. You know what I'm saying? You got it.
But I just want to say thank you to Will, and thank you to you for being here.
Thank you
really
guys for having me.
It was a pleasure,
really,
actually, because I've just learned today something about the skin, you know what I'm saying? Like, the skin is the largest organ in the body. Like, dang.
And you wouldn't think that. Yeah.
I was thinking, when you say organ, I'm thinking, you know what I'm saying? Like liver
heart,
stomach, you know what I'm saying?
That's what I was thinking too.
My biggest thing, my biggest thing is I say invest in yourself.
Yes.
Invest in your skin.
Yes.
But thank you. I appreciate it.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
Cheers.
Thank you for
her info will be right there on the screen.
Make sure you guys follow.
And in the description, subscribe, follow her, get your skincare. We all need it.
Take care of your skin.
And guess what? It's February.
Yes.
Come on, we got them deals.
My goal is for you guys to come in and just leave feeling relaxed and good about yourself. So
can I go right now and get one? I'm trying to relax.
Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Episode 4. Out.